Hey there, everyone. Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I am running a couple of minutes late. Just ran in the door, was on calls, and then got a call in the car. Like, when did the world return to normal? Alrighty. While we're waiting on folks to join, don't forget to go to my website, Cooped Up, just whenever you want to just get a little dose of Koopa. Follow me on Instagram at I'm Cooped Up. That is my handle there. And wherever you are watching or listening, because I also broadcast the audio on all of the major podcasting platforms too. If you can't see me and you want to listen to me in the car or something like that, just sign up to do it there. So, hey, Mama, how are you doing? Sorry. Let me get that off the screen. I am like blowing and going today. I just this day got shot out of a rocket, a cannon, whatever you say, whatever the saying is, and just did not stop. So today, I'm a big crier. I cry a lot at stuff, just like not like because I'm a wimp, but just because there's a German phrase that I'm built too close to the water. Emotional things, happy things, sad things. I don't almost throw up very often. Like I have a very strong constitution. I usually am like very graceful under pressure. Usually there's very little that kind of gets to me and stresses me out because of my career and all of that kind of stuff. But almost 3 times today, I nearly threw up. One of them was actually a gross reason. The other two were just like, oh my God. So I was telling you yesterday about this massive possum that got run over in the street in front of my office, and the equally massive vultures, like black vultures, I think is what we ended up looking them up. Were eating them in the road, right? And it started to smell yesterday. Well, I drive up to my office today, and those pesky vultures had dragged the carcass of this, 4.5 times run over possum, and they had dragged it into the entry of the driveway to my office. So it was like on my property now. Smelled so horrific, so bad. I was gagging, and I finally I was like, put this in my mouth so at least I would like calm my throat down as I'm trying to open the fence, because we have a cute little white picket fence. Because of course, it's a precious office, right? White picket fence, go in, can't get to the door fast enough, type in my code, open the door, breathe in. Also, I have no aerobic ability, as should be a surprise to absolutely nobody. So I can't hold my breath very long. So I was like, it smelled, just death. That's what it smelled like, death. Death that had been picked over by some nasty ass things. So I get inside. And by the way, I was going fast because I have a new employee who starts next week while I'm out. And she was coming in for an hour today for a little bit of orientation so I could do her paperwork. So I'm like, great. This girl's first day basically coming in. The omen that she has is this dead ass possum that smells like ass that's being eaten by a bunch of vultures. So nasty. So, and this is one of those things I tell people. I was like, when you own a business, sometimes you are the president. Sometimes you are the guy who has to call animal control to come pick up a dead carcass, which to City of Dallas's credit, I did it in the 311 app. And within like 2 hours, it was gone. Now, it still smelled horrible. There was still just possum juice all over the stuff. But my mom is saying, make the new girl move the possum. That is the word. That would be like a Miranda Priestley go down in history moment. That makes me laugh. But yeah, so there was that. And then so I walked in, and everyone had arrived before me that was there today. And thank God Arden, who is having a baby next week, and I think everything already makes her sick as it is, did not show up today. She worked from home today. I texted her. I was like, do not even try. Like it would be bad news for you. But walking in, everyone's like, oh my God, that smell. You've got to do something about it. And I'm like, of course I'm going to do something about it. So that was number one reason I almost threw up today. So then, fast forward a couple hours, I'm busy doing stuff, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot our wedding anniversary. We forgot our wedding anniversary. And, our wedding anniversary is not that big of a celebration to us because we actually celebrate February 28th, 1999 as our first date. Because when you're not legally allowed to get married, and so you don't do it for the first 15 years of your relationship, like the marriage part is kind of like, okay, that was like a legal maneuver, that kind of thing. And also by the time Todd and I got married, I'd already legally changed my name to Koch just so that it matched the kids. And so our marriage certificate says Todd Koch marries Koopa Koch. Like it's very ancestral sounding. But so I thought I had missed the anniversary, and I'm like, what? I mean, how could we just have missed it? And I was like, yeah. Well, we got married on July 25th, not June 25th. That is how messed up in the brain I was today. And also just how, like that date, I know it's July 25th, but for some reason I thought that June 25th was our anniversary just this year. So that was number 2 reason I almost threw up. I was just like, oh God. And then the last one actually only happened about 30 minutes ago. It was a phone call I was on at 4:00. So, we're doing this remodel for my kids' school and all of that kind of stuff. And there's all these reports that have to, so every time you turn around, they want a different survey. They want, I mean like the either the architects or the city planners or permitting office or whatever. They always want something different. And you got to pay. I'm going to be like death by 1,000 cuts. Isn't that what they say? So I'm calling, and it's about this one. It's about this asbestos survey, right? Which it's an old ass building. Of course, it has asbestos in it, and of course, we're going to deal with it. But the survey that we had done previously is not as comprehensive as the city requires for permitting. So I'm calling around trying to find somebody to do an asbestos report. It's called an asbestos survey, actually. And I'm talking to them, and they're all great, and they're all giving me information. And of course, they're running behind because everything is behind now, and I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm talking to this one guy, and I say, so about how much is this going to cost? And he says, well, for building 55,000 square feet, 60,000 square feet, it's going to be about, and then he kind of hung on like as he was thinking about it. And I was convinced that he was about to say $30,000. He's about $3,000. Oh, so I about threw up and had a heart attack at the same time for that, because I was certain he was going to say $30,000, because other surveys have cost like $10,000 each, and they haven't seemed as like important. But $3,000 sounded like 1 cent by comparison. Like I was so relieved by that. But that was the 3rd time I almost threw up today, and the day is still young. I still got to run some errands this evening. So who knows? You want to you want to do a live tracker on how many times I almost throw up today? Dead critters and asbestos surveys. Your social media feeds are going to be a mess after this show. I know. Well, and what level of fresh hell adulting is this that I'm talking about? I'm dealing with dead possums and asbestos surveys. Like that is this what being a responsible adult means? Like, I don't know. It just drives me nuts. And then I was talking about delays. So our office is an all Mac office. They are great. They're stable. They last forever. All that kind of stuff. The problem with Macs, though, is when they're kind of pricey, but they last forever. 2, when they go fast and they go hard. And so computers at my office are all from like 2016, 2017. Maybe there's a couple that are maybe a little bit more modern than that. But some of the latest updates have been very taxing on them. And we're getting a lot of that like bouncy ball that Mac makes their, instead of the swirl of death, they do a cute little beach ball that looks like a little beach ball that makes it not so tremendously frustrating that the computer's not doing what it needs to do. So I was looking at new iMacs today for people, for my team. And I'm looking, And on the Apple website, they're like, yeah, you can order these and you will get them by July 30th. So iMacs are on a 1 month wait. 1 month wait for a computer. Because tomorrow's the 30th of June, right? Yeah. So a 1 month wait for a computer. Man, you're making it real hard for me to give you all my money. Let me just tell you that. Gosh, they're so cute. And here's the thing about Macs is that, yes, they're expensive because they're like $1,300 each. Plus you had tax and there's always some of so round up to like $1,400-$1,500 each. But they last for, like I said, these are like from 2016, 2007. So we're 5-6 years in. I am willing to pay that and not have to fuck with the computer, messing up, doing all that kind of, I mean, just explode when you're going to explode. That's what they do. But just all of that. They do trade-ins. I did look at the trade-in. One of them has a trade-in value of like $145. So I'm like, I might not mess with that. That might be a hand-me-down to one of the kids or something. Use it as a media center in our house. But if you buy a PC, the problem with PCs is that they slow down instantly. I think when I was buying computers from Dell and HP and all of that, I was having to replace them like every 18 to 24 months. And while they're a lot less expensive, like you can get $500 gets you probably a good system. $500, you can $500 yourself to death in the same amount of time, right? And have an inferior computer for that whole time. Oh, any of y'all have an inside tips on getting iMacs, especially if I need like 5 of them? I'm not happy about that number, but that is when you buy them all at once, you end up having to replace them all at once. Yeah. So, and then what else did I have to talk about? I actually have not even, like I said, I was blowing and going. I'm going to pull up a thing on my screen so I can see. I keep a running tally of topics. Let's see if that will actually do that so I can see it. I literally just walked in the door like a minute before I had to come live. I've not even said hello to my family. Something funny happened this weekend. We're big RuPaul's Drag Race fans in the Koch household. All of us are. Claire less than anyone else, but I'm big time. Todd's actually the reason why I even got into drag, because he not actually into drag, but well, not now. There's a whole other story with that. But he's a big fan of drag shows and such. And then Mason thinks they're hilarious. The first concert, I guess you would call it, that I took Mason to ever was RuPaul's Christmas, Drag Queen Christmas or something, a couple of them, a couple years ago, 2019, I think, right before the pandemic. But what was I saying? So RuPaul's Drag Race has this thing called All Stars that comes out, and it's where they take fan favorites from previous seasons that did not win, and they have them compete against each other, right? Just like normal All Stars kind of thing. But it's only streaming on Paramount Plus right now. Like, it's not airing. It's never going to air on television, like network. It's a Paramount Plus exclusive. So I subscribe to Paramount Plus, I think just for that, maybe for something on CBS also, I can't remember. But we're watching it and we're getting through it, and it's probably like 8 episodes long. We're like on episode 6, and Todd keeps saying, I feel like this isn't the right one. And I'm like, no, it is. Look, it's the scene set up right. And then he's like, well, why is Santino Rice one of the judges? He and RuPaul had a falling out and is not on the show anymore. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they're throwing back. It's a bunch of old queens. Maybe they're throwing back to old judges too. Blah, blah, blah. So we keep watching it. And finally, we're not even on the final episode yet. We get to like the second to last episode. And we realize we're watching the season from 2012. And Todd is like, what? We have watched 6 hours of RuPaul's Drag Race, and we're not even watching the latest one. So we are watching an old ass episode. So now we got to start over again. The funny thing is, some of the queens from that season that we just watched, though, are also on this new All Stars, because this is like the All Stars of All Stars, I guess. So yeah. So that was funny. We laughed at that. What old sad queens are we that are doing this? Diana's asking, have we checked out the Trove in Bishop Arts? I've been by there. I've not been into it. It is so funny. Drag brunches, though. I swear every major hotel, restaurant everywhere in Dallas right now, and other cities too, are doing these drag brunches on the weekend. And for those of you who may not know what that is, it is where you go to brunch and have drinks, and then there are drag performers that perform like between the tables, jump on the tables, jump off the tables, do split death drops, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, how are there that many drag queens in Dallas? Because it's half the time you see it and it's like, I've never seen that queen before, and they're good. It's not like booger drag. It's not like where someone is just like, hey, let's get the dishwasher in the back, the cook, and someone's gay brother and make them into the drag show. No, this is like legit professional drag queens. And I'm like, how are there that many drag queens everywhere? I mean, that's what even College Station has them. Like, the world's being taken over by drag queens, and I am not opposed to that. You want some shit done, get some gay men and some drag queens, and we'll get shit done. But I'm like, I did not realize that the drag population of the United States of America, and certainly not Texas, although Texas doesn't surprise me. Actually, most of the most winningest, famous drag queens are actually from Texas. So, because that's the whole beauty pageant thing too. And Monica's asking, do the stores have them in stock? The Apple stores do not, because that's where I checked. So I checked Apple online, and then I checked the Apple stores, and none of them have IMAX right now. They're all sold out. But I am going to go to Best Buy because I have to get some other stuff. I may go tonight. It's such a toss-up. It's like, do I just order it on Amazon to be here tomorrow, or do I go to the store and get it tonight and may or may not have it? Like, I went to Half Price Books this weekend to see about getting the books for the kids' summer readings, just so we had them, because Amazon was going to take 2 days for it to get here. 2 whole days. Go up there. They didn't have it. So I just stood in the store and ordered it from Amazon. I should have done that in the first place. Although I do love Half Price Books. I love their like stationery and their cards and all that. Not even the books so much. What was I talking about? Oh, so like Best Buy. Here's the thing. Best Buy doesn't have the newest ones. So that's the other thing. iMac just came out with a new design that is super thin, colorful. They have them in all the fun colors, which I would like that. They cost the exact same as the previous model that had the big metal frame around the bottom and the glass frame around the top. And I'm like, if I wait a month, we get the new fancy schmancy, like cutesy pie ones, or I can just get the regular ones at the same price right now. Like, what? And I'm guessing it's because there's a supply issue, which is why they haven't discounted the... Monica, can I put you on a mission to find me some iMacs at a bargain discount price? I've even thought about looking at the refurbished ones. Have y'all done refurbished? Anybody from Mac? People rave about it. Well, let's see. What is there? Any other topics that I had for today? Like I said, I just did not have time to prepare for today's show. Phyllis is saying, I thought I heard all manner of computers and other things with chips are all delayed. It's affecting cars and appliances too. That's probably it. I'm sure it is. Doesn't make me not get it. It doesn't make me happy that I don't have a computer right now, and my employees that are having to stare at the bouncy ball of death. And I just want it now. Why can't I have it now? By the way, if you ever, Carrie knows everything. My sister can find the deals. Like that is Monica is like the queen of Black Friday deals. She's the queen of shopping. Like just all, and I'm pretty damn good at finding deals. I very rarely buy things full price, but she is the queen of the deal. I need to look at Sam's and Costco also. I don't think Sam's had them. We were just at Sam's the other day. I literally went to Sam's strictly to buy pork rinds because they have the best ones. Sam's does not carry, or Walmart does not carry them. And these turkey sticks that Walmart claims to carry them, but they don't taste the same as the Sam's ones for some reason. Like they taste like dog treats from Walmart, and from Sam's, they taste like delicious processed beef sticks, which is so good. My mom is agreeing. Monica is the best. Jody's asking, did the RV part come in? It did. It came in yesterday, and they were going to figure it out today. Like I said, I've not even seen my family. I literally ran in from my car up here, locked the door, turned on my ring light, and I'm talking to y'all. So I've not even had a chance to talk to him about it. Crossing our fingers that it's the right part, that it's going to work. The problem, so they'll get it in, and then they didn't have a tow hitch, because they do a lot of 18-wheelers. This place that we took it to, because it's a diesel engine, it's an 18-wheeler engine, but they had to get a specific kind of thing that lifted it up, and it's been just on its front quarters, or front tires rather. Front quarters, why would I say that? Front tires. And so they have to go get another winch to lower it down. Hopefully that's not going to complicate things. And then we're having the front 2 tires replaced as well. And hopefully they can get all that done. We're supposed to have it by Thursday. Worst case scenario, we get it on Friday and we leave on Saturday. But yeah. Sam's had beef sticks, same brand. I like the turkey sticks a lot. Did I say beef sticks earlier? I meant turkey sticks. The old Wisconsin turkey sticks are the ones I like. But both Walmart and Sam's carry them, and I do not like the Walmart ones. For some reason, the Walmart ones have like a dog food. Not that I know what dog food tastes. They taste like what dog food smells like dog treats smell like. And the Sam's ones, here's the other thing. The Sam's ones, they're in the refrigerated section. The Walmart ones are not. Riddle me that. Like, why would the Walmart ones not be refrigerated? Oh God, all the adulting things today. Let's see, what else? Did I have anything else? Do you have any questions for me? I'm out of topics to talk about today. I did not prepare very well, so this may be a short episode. I'm going to vamp because it's 20 seconds between the time the words come out of my mouth and you hear them. So I'm going to give you a little bit. If you have any questions, I'm going to look at the comments right now. Ask. If you have any topics that you need me to weigh in on, I am not, unless it happened today. If it happened today, I've not seen shit for shit. But my mom is saying I'm my mother's son with the crying. Yes. When I cry the most, actually. So when I cry, if it's sad or whatever, usually it's just some tears running down my cheeks. Occasionally I get into the kind of thing, right? Like there was on CBS Sunday Morning this weekend, there was an episode, one of the stories, best show ever on TV though. Set your recording. It is so uplifting. It makes you feel good. It's like going to church without having to give a donation or the guilt. But they did one about immigrants and it was this super conservative farmer who was asparagus farmer specifically, who was like saying we need to let more immigrants in because like we're starving ourselves in America at this point. And so that one, and at the end there's this little woman talking on it, this little immigrant woman, and it kind of choked me up a little bit. And then there was one about these guys who are fishermen in like I think it's like Catalina Island area or something. It's somewhere like along the California coast, I believe it was, that 25 years ago, the boat sank and there was a lone survivor, this little like 6-year-old girl, tiny little girl. They pulled her out of the water. She'd been in the water for like 22 hours, hanging to a life raft or a life preserver, pulled her out of the water. She had not been eaten or anything. So it probably was not around Catalina Island because I think there's a million sharks there. But pulled her out of the water, never saw her again. And there was a reunion. Someone found her and did it on like a podcast or something. They're just, these burly fishermen guys are just cannot hold it together. I'm like a mess, a weepy mess watching that. And then there was the one that got me also that I did not expect it to was there's this guy who is disassembling and reassembling Frank Lloyd Wright homes that are either going under the bulldozer or whatever, and he's putting them on like a ranch that he has bought in western Pennsylvania, I think, or maybe just Pennsylvania. I don't know if it's actually western, but in Pennsylvania. And it's becoming like this Disney World of Frank Lloyd Wright homes, right? And you can stay in them, all that kind of stuff. Well, he did it for this one family. He disassembled it and then reassembled it. And the first time this family saw the house rebuilt somewhere, they all lost it. I'm like, We're crying over a house. But yeah, it was this good show. Good show. Sandy's saying there are delays across the board with IT equipment. We use 34-inch monitors in my office. Some won't arrive until October. Jeez. And Monica has not tried the old Wisconsin beef sticks yet. I don't know. I tend to always side with turkey. It just seems like a healthier choice. Also doesn't coat my mouth as much. Usually like beef stuff, other than hot dog. I've addressed this. I like any hot dog you can put in my mouth. Take that as however you want to take that. But a turkey dog, I love turkey dogs. I also love beef dogs. I also love probably dog. If it is in hot dog form and tastes like a hot dog, I will eat it. So I think I have addressed that topic plenty this month. So maybe it's time. Pride at the end of Pride Month, which is tomorrow, we're going to retire the hot dog, appropriately so, the hot dog comments. So, anything else? Oh, I think that is it. I think that's all I got then. We're going to make this a slightly shorter one. With that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It's important to know you are loved. Love that you watched this. This was good therapy for me today. Thank y'all for listening to me rattle off about vomiting and eating hot dogs, but not at the same time. And I will see you tomorrow. I think Carrie is going to be on. I'm not sure. I've not talked to her today to confirm or deny that. So she is. And if she's not, she's not. Otherwise, I will talk to you tomorrow at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live. The shit I say. Talk to you later.